Hi everyone, welcome back to This is Rosalinda Unveiling the Medicine in Our Story. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about how we construct our reality. I want to put into a little bit of experience that I had practically these last 2 months, December and January. Those are the months that I kind of stopped the recording of this podcast because I was going through a little bit of a situation emotionally. For me, December, it's always like a month that I try to, make myself a little bit even better because it's hard for me to be by myself. It's my birthday, it's Christmas, it's New Year's, it's a time of what I thought it was always about family and about being together. So it's not a month to be kind of by yourself, or that's the thought that I had initially, right? So this will be my second December kind of being by myself because I was always in a relationship. I was always with my mom. I was always with someone in those dates. So this one for me was like, okay, I'm going again another year by myself. And I kind of got in a little bit of a mood and I forgot all the stuff that I always say about just being in gratitude and kind of look at the good things and whatever. So that's why I feel that this is an episode to kind of bring that example, to see how we create our reality and how we can change our perspective of what's going on into something beautiful, and then beautiful things happen. Okay, so to give you a little bit of a context, I was living in this beautiful 4-bedroom house. I'm going to show you here. It was beautiful. I got there because I was supposed to just rent out a room after leaving that friend and all that kind of stuff, that I'm fucking over this. And I went and looked for this place. It was only supposed to be for like 3 months till I could get a little bit like a stable job, so I could go for a real estate and I could do the whole thing. So I get to this place and the owner says to me, because it was an informal kind of contract, you may say, like for flatmates, which is a place where you can actually look for just rooms or temporary rentals. So I get to this house and he's like, look, I had a family here, but we're going to be renovating the house, so we're only looking for someone to stay 3 months. You're the first one who's going to be here, so you can choose whoever you want for the 3 rooms. So I thought it was beautiful because obviously after living in Barcelona for a little bit and doing the whole shared accommodation, I was like, fuck that, I don't want to go through this again. So I accepted it. It was amazing. I had a ping pong table. There was a pool. It was huge. It was a huge freaking house. And so I get there, I get this lady first. She had a thing. She had to leave. Then this boy came over. Say boy because he was like 14 years younger than me. And I thought, it would be better. It was terrible. So when he went to leave, the owner of the house said to me, Rosa, we had already been in that house. I had already been in that house for about 6 months or something like that. And he's like, you know what, Rosa, just stay with the whole house. It's probably going to go for another 3 months, so just stay by yourself. So it was going to be up to 9 months, right, in this beautiful house. And I was like, okay, I was, just chilling, whatever. Then I speak to him and he's like, no, you can actually stay until February. So I was like, oh my God, that's going to be, it would have been in total 14 months living in this beautiful house. And it was almost kind of a year in total that I was by myself in this huge house. Nobody in the whole of Australia paid what I paid for that. So I was paying $350 a week, which means whoever lives in Sydney is going to say that's nothing, for a whole freaking house. So for me, I felt so blessed. I was like, I don't even want to tell anyone. It was a beautiful suburb. I had the Bay Run next to me, which is a beautiful walk next to the water. So, I was super happy. Anyways, December comes. I say, I'm going to stop the podcast because obviously I wanted to talk from the truth and I didn't want to be all I'm sad and nah. So, I postponed it and I said, I will start in January. Dude, I did that. And the first thing that happened was my whole working, it just stopped. I work as a model, as an actress. I do pet sitting. I do a whole bunch of crap, right? But I don't want to get a normal job because I feel I'm losing my freedom and I want to be able to be free to go to the beach, to do whatever I want and to be financially stable. So here's the tricky things started happening with my leg, with the whole thing in October. I couldn't really do my Uber Eats, so I really didn't have a stable income. It would come and go and whatever. And after I decided I was going to stop the podcast and come back in January, literally nothing was coming in. like nothing. It was a month and a half, no income whatsoever. And I was freaking out because I was already going again for what I had saved from the months before working, right? So, a 31st comes, 24 comes, I'm by myself, my birthday, I was by myself. I had a beautiful time, but it was always in the back of my mind, like, I'm so sad, like, I wish my family was here, I wish my friends were here. This year I turned 40, so I was making plans for, like, next year, like, say, fuck, like, I don't want to be by myself next year. So I started making plans and all this stuff and da-da-da-da-da. So anyways, 31st comes, I felt so lonely, and it just something clicked in me, and I started being really grateful of being able to enjoy what I was doing, to be able to be in that park. And it's a park where you can see the Harbour Bridge and everyone goes there. So it's not like like a sad story. It's like really cool. Like it was beautiful because I could see the whole fireworks in a very beautiful way. So I had an amazing time. But then, January came and it was like dry January, but for work. And I was like, oh my God, and I'm freaking out. I'm going, what the fuck is going on? And the owner sends me a message the 5th of January, which is summer time in Sydney, which is the hardest time to find a place. And he's like, Rosa, we're going to start doing the remodelations now. You've got until the 17th of February to move out. When I saw that message, I freaked the fuck out because I thought, I don't have an income right now. I had saved up, I don't know, I was still like in my last $1,000 in my fucking bank account, which for, to be able to move in Australia, you have to have at least 4 weeks rent. There's nothing for $350. So I started looking, I was like, oh my God. Even this girl, I called her up because she had a beautiful apartment in the city, and she was like, okay, so $500 a week plus utilities. In the city, and I thought, okay, so I give her a call, and she was like, yeah, you can come and see it, da-da-da, but what do you prefer? Do you prefer to sleep in the same bed or have individual beds? And I was like, wait, what the fuck? Wait, back up a little bit. What do you mean share a bed for $500? And she's like, yeah, well, it's just the studio, but it's between the both of us. And I thought, what the fuck? Where am I going to go? What am I going to do? I was looking at all these places and everything looked like shit. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go from my 4-bedroom house to, I don't have other options than to doing the same thing I did last time. It's just go and find a place, short term, try to put myself back up, get something stable, get my references, all this bullshit to be able to go for a proper renting thing. So I started freaking the fuck out. Really, I was like, oh my God. So, I started going again and going, okay, so if I'm creating my reality, if I'm doing all these things, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? I started kind of looking at the beautiful things. I started going for a walk. I started going to the beach. Because obviously when I was in depressed mode, and summer this year didn't help because we had no summer. It was raining most of the time. It was 18 degrees in summer, which one day was 46, then it was 14, then it was 18. It was like, what the fuck is going on? This is not helping me either. Because obviously I was always used to distracting myself somehow. Drugs, alcohol, people, situations, the beach, going for a walk, going camping, going whatever. But this year I couldn't do anything. And I was like, what is going on? Why am I creating this? What is this telling me? And then, after kind of going about it and going, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? Okay, I'm going to focus in the positive things. So the day that I received that message and I freaked out a little bit, that was the day that I kind of stood and I went, what the fuck is going on? I really need to figure out what's happening. I got straight away again into flatmates, and I was looking, and I kind of collected studios and see if, how much were they, and if it was a possibility for me to at least be in a place like that for a little bit. And, I was freaking out about the money, but I thought, well, I'll just go to the bank or I'll sell my car. I'll just figure it out. But I'm not going to freak out because I know whatever happens, it's going to be the best thing for me anyways. So, I go into this place. I found this beautiful little studio. It was empty because I needed an empty place as well because I've got the furniture from the room. I didn't have the furniture from the house because, I had a big house, but the furniture wasn't mine. So I thought, okay, well, fuck, I called her up and I was like, oh, so I'm interested, da-da-da. And she's like, okay, well, give me a few days because I'm going to a funeral. And I just posted this 2 minutes ago. And I was like, okay, so what are you doing right now? I hadn't even taken a shower. I was in my pajamas. I got in my car and I went straight there. It was close to the beach. You know, it was in a different area from where I lived, but I just thought, you know, like, I'm just going to go. That's it. Like, I believe now that luck and action, it's what is needed for things to happen as well. Like, we need to put a little bit of the action and the grain of our stuff to be able to make things kind of work. So anyways, I go and I see this beautiful place and I was like, oh my God, like, I love it. Like, this is so cute. It was really cheap. Like, it wasn't that much more than what I was paying in the other place. It's a tiny place. So obviously I was going from 450 square meters or more to 50 square meters. And I thought, okay, you know, like, this is it. Like, I'll have a chat with her. And oh my God, we loved each other. It was like love at first sight. Straight away, she put down the announcement for the rental. But she said to me, I'll call you in 2 days and you're confirmed. Like, this is it. But, you know, I didn't have anything on writing. I started freaking out. So I started kind of looking for other places just in case, because I didn't want to be you know, like, caught off guard and not be able to have a place and just have to kind of run. Although I knew the owner of the house wasn't going to make me just leave if I hadn't found anything. But, like, you know, me being me, I wanted to be prepared. So anyways, those 2 days, dude, I couldn't even fucking sleep. I was like freaking out. My nervous system was activated. I was like, oh my God, like, it was a lie. Like, it can't, you know, it's too good to be true. Like, what the fuck? And I remember I was sitting down and I went to see this place and I was right next to the beach as well, because I thought, well, if I'm going to change a 4-bedroom house, I want to live next to the beach. But obviously all the prices next to the beach were like outrageous, like $700 for a shared room. Like, it was crazy. So, you know, I kind of thought, okay, what do I want? I want to live next to the beach. Like, I love walking. I love the water. Like, I need to be close to the water. I want to be myself. I don't want to be sharing. I hopefully don't want to share an apartment. So, you know, I was shooting big. Having my own studio, my own stuff, not have to be bothered by anyone, be living close to the beach and be able to afford it. Oh my God, I got the place. I live 5 minutes away from the beach. She tells me, you know what, like, let's just do 1 week bond. So I would have had to pay $2,500. It was what I had in my bank account. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this. So, you know, I started telling the owner, okay, so I'm going to move. Like, I found a place literally 2 hours after, because I went, I got it, I did my whole thing. I remember talking to my mum and I said, Mum, if this is not it, I'll go to Brisbane, I'll go somewhere else. Because Sydney is one of the most expensive cities in the world. So obviously it's fucking outrageous to live here. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to let go. Like, whatever happens, I know it's going to be the best thing for me anyways. And then I got it and I was like, this is freaking crazy. So I started again kind of analyzing what had happened. What had happened was I went out of victim mode again of this is shit. What am I going to do? I'm not going to find anything better, to I am going to move to whatever is the best place for me. I'm going to be clear on what it is that I want. I'm going to let this whole stupid sadness and whatever fucking thing go away. And I'm just going to count my blessings and feel like, you know, like, I found this house and I never would have planned on finding that. And I did. So why can that happen again? And I believed it in my soul that that was going to happen. And then it happened. And I was like, oh my God. So obviously I'm in this beautiful place. Oh, so I told the owner of the house, right? I'm going to move, da, 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 da. And he looks at me and he goes, Rosa, take anything that you want from the house. I went, wait, what? He goes, yeah, what do you want to take? Like, you can take the TV, you can take the sofa, you can take the dryer, you can take the washing machine, you can take anything you want. And I was like, what? Like, I couldn't even understand. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this. Like, what the fuck? Like, yes, I didn't have the money to pay for a lot of things, but the abundance came from somewhere else. From gifts that I was receiving, from furniture that they were given to me, from the owner of this new house telling me that I didn't have to pay as much. I don't pay for utilities. I only pay $450 for my whole studio next to the beach. I've got all my furniture. I've got a huge 60-inch TV. I've got my beautiful sofa bed. I've got everything, all my all the utensils, all the pans, pots, everything. It gave me everything. I didn't have to spend a cent. It's like, oh my God, like, this is so fucking beautiful. So then obviously I move in, and because of everything that I had to pay, I had my bank account in zeros. So again, because I had circumstances in the past where I had nothing to eat, when I don't have the money to buy food, it freaks the living crap out of me. So where I moved, there's like 4-minute walk, this shopping center with the cheapest kind of supermarkets that there are in Australia, because here it depends on the supermarket. You pay a certain amount. So if you go to Woolies, you can pay $6 for a drink, in Coles you can pay $4, and in Aldi you can pay $2. So it depends. So really you can get your budget. Oh my god, dude, I was making shoppings of $20 and it would last me 3 days. And I was like, I was earning all this money before and I wouldn't make money last me. And now that I've got no money, because I'm not freaking out about not having money, and I'm just saying, you know, counting my blessings, like, fuck, I'm living next to the beach. Fuck, they just gave me everything. Fuck, everything worked itself out. I was supposed to be sorry for the swearing, but I'm just so excited. I was making everything last. And I was like, what the hell is going on? So, you know, I started kind of thinking again, like, I'm going to start my podcast again. The day I recorded the first episode, now I've got work scheduled from here to March. Well, even more than March. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? So I was talking, because I can't even go to therapy now because I didn't have the money to pay for a fucking therapist right now, right? And I'm thinking like, oh my God, I'm doing all this stuff for myself. And then I started thinking like, I don't really need anyone to be reaffirming the things that I already know. I felt that this whole scenario of what happened was for me to realize that the things that I'm talking about, I have to integrate within me as well in everyday scenario. Because obviously I believe in this and I could bring myself back from when I was all chook it out and I'm gonna die, to count your blessings, look around you, be grateful, and just let the fuck go. Whatever is going to happen is going to be the best thing for me. That made me realize the power of not only saying it, because we can say it and blah, 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 but feeling it. Obviously for me, a person with CPTSD, which is my nervous system goes to freaking shits, and I feel there's a lion attacking me all the time, even when things are normal, because tranquility and peace sometimes for me is my body going, something is happening, we're bored, what the fuck, someone's gonna kill us. And now after all this, and mostly these last few weeks, I've sat with myself in such a beautiful fucking way that I swear to you guys, I am healing myself from that as well. I swear to you, I've been dreaming. In my dreams, I've been seeing things that I could never see. I'm responding different in my dreams. I'm putting myself up. I am raising my voice. I am acting so different. I was thinking before, like now again, I've got no makeup. I've got my, this is my natural self. I am not afraid of being seen. I do forget that sometimes and I get freaked out because, I feel like, fuck, like I think all this weird shit and like we're going to get to it soon. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to start talking from the bottom of my heart of what my beliefs are, what I think about everything, the universe, God, this creation of life, everything, the people around us, everything. And I want to share it with you because I believe from the bottom of my heart that if we all embrace this mentality of everything is the best thing for me, of I want to be grateful, of I'm going to count my freaking blessings instead of whinging and going into victim mode and try to control everything and try to plan everything and try to, dude, you start seeing the magic. And once you start seeing the magic, there ain't no going back. There is no going back. So I thought, you know what? I want to go to the beach today. I want to record it from this amazing beach, which I love, which is Bondi Beach. You can see it a little bit. I found this beautiful spot to record. Everything just worked itself out so freaking beautifully. So I thought I'm going to share this with you. I hope if you're going through a tough moment in your life, try to change your perspective from it. And if you can't change your perspective of it, let it the fuck go. And focus yourself on the beautiful things that you do have. Could be anything from just being grateful, being able to see, hear, walk, talk, to being grateful for your pets, for your family, for your job, for your brain, for anything and anything, for waking up and taking a breath, for being alive. And you will see that what you thought it was a problem, it would just dissolve itself or transform, or a new opportunity will come and you will go, what the fuck just happened? So I wanted to share this with you guys. I am going to see you soon. I'm not sure what the next episode is going to be about, but I do kind of have an idea. Don't want to spoil it, so I want you to kind of subscribe, put that little alarm button or that little bell thing that lets you know when an episode is up. I will try to inform you all and try to do it, because now I am going to start to be not afraid of showing who I am and what I think. And I've always been called crazy anyways. Who gives a bloody shit? I hope you have a beautiful day. I send you all the love from my heart to your heart. And see you on the next one.